Time. We both used to play backgammon online, and I lived in London and John lived in California, and we played backgammon in the same chat room, and we started off by playing together, and then we were chatting together, and then we did telephone calls, and then one day I thought, well, this is just stupid, he's never going to summon up the courage to ask me anything. So
I never did, but by Susan's suggestion, she said she had a week free, and what if I come? She says, all right, come ahead then. And then
so there I was sitting on a plane, going across the Atlantic, thinking, oh my God, I'm going to go meet somebody who could be a serial killer for all I care, could be a mass murderer for all I know, but it actually went very well. And then we spent the next 9
about
months.
9 months of transatlantic journeys,
And
each direction, and meeting in various locations. And finally, I proposed.
No, that's not true. He didn't. What happened
well, I think
was,
I did.
What happened was, he said something along the lines of, so what would you do if you lived in this house? How would you decorate it? And I said something like, you've never asked me to live with you. And he said, well, I thought it was a given. And it was in the picture and piano in Leicester Square. No ring, no nothing. Just the assumption that this is what was going to happen. And then we actually figured out that we'd known each other slightly less than a month in real life face to face when we got married. And that was 8 years ago.
Yeah, we started an immigration process then. It took 9 months, and then Susan moved to America. And she lived with me there for about 5 years, and then when we both retired about 3 years ago. And I decided then I didn't want to stay in America. I wanted to move to England.
But we've always considered ourselves the pioneers of online love affairs because it was such a long time ago.
It was early days of
before
internet.
Anybody else did it.
Yes, early days of internet dating kind of things. And so I think in some sense we were pioneers, but Backgammon had a lot to do with it.
Yeah, lots of
So we are very grateful to Backgammon for throwing us together the way it did.
That's our story.